240 grams of butter, 100 grams of caster sugar. You can either use 200 grams of self-raising flour, cake flour, or 180 grams of flour and 20 grams of cornstarch or corn flour, maizena as they call it in South Africa, and then 3 egg yolks. Now with an egg, you have egg yolks and you have the egg white. So with the egg white, so I don't waste it, you don't need this for the biscuit recipe, but I'm going to make meringue with it. So I'm going to use the egg whites, add some caster sugar, whisk it up together and put it in the oven to make some meringue. That is just a treat on the side, but that is not for today's recipe. We just need 3 egg yolks, 200 grams of flour or the mixture I said earlier, 100 grams of caster sugar and 140 grams of butter and a dash of essence. Use any essence you like, vanilla if you have, that is the best, or any other flavor that you fancy. So today I'm making homemade buttery Viennese swirls. Now in the shop you get about 8 for £1.50. Let's see how much we get with our homemade swirls. So in here I've got 140 grams of flour, and I'm going to whisk it just to make it a bit soft, and then I'm going to add the sugar slowly. So I'm going to add the caster sugar slowly just to make this mixture light and creamy. Add the egg yolks one at a time. All of that egg, I'm not going to waste any. So that's 3 egg yolks, added one at a time while you are whisking the mixture. I'm now going to add the essence. I don't have vanilla essence, that is the best for this recipe, but I'm going to use almond essence because I want flavor in my biscuit. Let me just add some almonds, and it's just a dash, you don't need much. I normally just take the top of the bottle, and that's my measurement. Now I'm going to add my flour, or the mixture of flour and corn flour, cornstarch, maizena, whatever you want to call it. Remember, this was 200 grams of flour or 180 and 20 of the maizena. The maizena makes it nice and smooth and light. My oven is preheating at the moment. So remember, with my first batch last time, it went much quicker than what I said. So I'm not leaving the kitchen. I'm not taking my eyes off the oven. I'm going to be watching these biscuits. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of milk, but I'm not going to whisk it. I'm just going to fold it in with a spatula. When I was younger, this was the best part when Mum was baking. We had a neighbour next door, and I always used to help her wash up because she was an old lady. So my treat was licking the bowls and licking this part of the spoons, the equipment. Delicious. Right, I'll just have one lick. Delicious. Right, so 2 tablespoons of milk, which I'm going to fold in. This is a flat tablespoon, so I'm gonna might add an extra half. But let me first fold it and see. That's enough. Very slowly. It's looking good. That's looking good. Right, now the next step is where I take my piping bag with a nozzle. I've put it, you can put it in any container, you don't even have to put it in a container, but for me it's just easier to have something to push down on. So I'm going to, it's over a glass just to sturdy up the bag. So all I'm going to do is spoon it in here. Oh, I'd rather take a spoon. Don't want to waste any. And then I'm going to pipe it out. So let me just fold this up, and then I'll show you while I'm piping. So I lightly buttered the parchment paper, and now I'm just going to swirl it out with the piping bag. You don't have to use a piping bag, you can just put scoops down. This is my first time using a piping bag. I had a few issues at the start, but let's see. Oops, I need to go right down. My tip would be make a nice big one in the middle where you start, so big blob, and then work around the blob. Right, I'm going to stop there, make that my first batch, and I'm putting the oven on 180 degrees for about 5 to 7 minutes until it's brown. If it's not brown enough, I will leave it in. I don't want to make the same mistake I made before. There's the first batch. Doesn't look too bad. The swirl is not that good though, but the cookie is still there. I'm going to put in the second batch now. That was 5 minutes, and I'm going to start with the second batch. I'm just going to put this on the side. Put that there, and then continue placing the cookie. I'm going to finish the whole tray, put it in the oven, and then show you the next batch. So here's the next batch. I've put some jam on it because on the previous 3-ingredient biscuit I made, my family loved the jam. Those biscuits flew first. So I'm going to add some on here because hey ho, it's similar and they love the flavor, so I'm adding it. So that's going in the oven for about 5 to 6 minutes. So there are all the cookies. Hubby's already eaten a few, quite a few. It makes about 36 cookies. I know the jam leaves a little hole where the jam is, but hey, you don't eat what you see, you taste what you eat, if that makes sense. It's nice if it looks good, but I also want the flavor in my mouth. So yes, so go ahead, make yours. Next time I won't add the corn flour, I'll just use the cake flour or the self-rising flour or just plain flour, just to get that swirl in a bit nicer. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy mine now and hubby with a lovely cup of green tea with lemon. So make yours, leave me a comment if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Lovely easy recipe to follow. I've made some little bags for the neighbors so they can also enjoy some of it. So I'm just going to deliver this now to my neighbor, and I'm sure she will enjoy it with her morning tea while she's working.
Thanks, Cynthia. Hot out of the oven. Oh my god, I can't wait to have these with my tea. Yay!